Good morning. 12th of February 2026. The song is Rose Garden. So the name Rose could be important. A rose that you're planting may be important. Or Rose Garden. But it's about promises that were not made. People assume they can take an inch when you give them a mile. It's also about taking for granted that everything's always going to be great, and it's not. Spirit don't promise you that it'll be great. They just promise you it's the right thing to do. Because sometimes you're the one in the wrong, you won't admit it, and they've got to make you do the right thing so that the person that you've wronged is free. So it's not an easy word, it never is, that's what life's all about. Let's see what they've got in store for us. Oh, Venus, I knew it was coming. 11th house, wishes and dreams, freedom, and Aries. So, where's Aries in the chart then? It's still in Neptune, Chiron, and Ceres. So, and it's in the second house. So, it's stepped up one. In the 11th house, we've got Capricorn. And in Venus is in Pisces. So sacrifices, they're going to ask you for some sacrifices that you don't want to make. But I beg your pardon, they never promised you it'd be a rose garden. So somebody may need a pardon. Legally. It is the Hanged Man, so it is Pisces. It's about turning your world upside down to see things from a different angle, possibly from someone else's point of view. Nobody said it was going to be easy. It's about escape. There it is. Yes, you are going to have to turn your world upside down if you want things to be how you dream it would be. Somebody here hasn't got the moral high ground, and we've got a death again. And unfortunately, it's the last card, and I don't like that. But because it's in the first row, we'll forgive it and see what comes with it. So somebody is fighting an uphill battle because they did something wrong. 7 days. The battle is over. It's time to come home to who you truly are. And you may be wounded. And you may need to go somewhere where you know you will be welcome. A homecoming. But it will mean turning your world upside down and standing on your own 2 feet. And learning to say no, putting boundaries in place, boundaries, fences, personal space. No longer being the martyr or the victim. The martyr is when you say yes to things that you don't really want to do. There's Jack. He's slogging his guts out, either in a job or a situation that he doesn't want to be in because he has to pay. It will pay off financially and stability wise, but it is a 10 and it's not going to stay there forever. It will go down to the 9. Something's missing, but it's worth everything because you're standing on your own 2 feet. You're totally independent. July the 4th, also 9 years, 10 years, 8 years. It's been going on a long time. 1st of May could be very important. White rabbits, those born in the year of the rabbit. This is a nightmare situation, but the nightmare will be over soon because it's over. It's done. It's finished. Enough is enough. Somebody has reached their limit. And the only major arcana is this one, today's card. So this means it's an internal issue that's going on with you. When you know something's done, enough is enough, it's time to end that nightmare. I beg your pardon, I never promised you a rose garden. She's in that garden. So, you better look before you leap. Still waters run deep, is what she says. Number 4 could also be important. The feet and toes, healing. So the nightmare, the sleepless nights will be over once you end this. Or when someone passes and it's a release, an ending, time to move on. 6 weeks. Travel over water. Not taking the baggage of the past with you, which is what they've been asking you for a very long time now. Yeah, we're releasing that burden. We've come to a point where we've got 3 tens. So everything but love is mentioned, an ending to something. The only thing that lasts after a passing is love, the love that you felt for each other. Even if you hated each other, that spark of love. There it is, the number 9. Yes, that's what they want you to know. It is time to turn your world upside down. So something new can be created. You have learned the lessons of a lifetime. You don't have to repeat them. 14, Sagittarius. Where have we got Sagittarius? The Sagittarius moon. We've got it in the mid-heron. We've got it in Lilith. Lilith in it, sorry. And it's in the 10th house of ambition and career. But this is about coming out the other side stronger than you've ever been before. So they aren't going to promise you it'll be a walk in the park. It's not. But it'll be worth it because you'll come out stronger. You will have learned something. This is knowledge and foreign shores. A hard lesson to learn. Hips, thighs, weight gain, weight loss. And there's the 11th house, Aquarius. Well done, Spirit. We have Aquarius in Sun, Mars, so war, the dawning of Aquarius. And Aquarius is in the 12th house. Well done, Spirit. So this is about facing this chaos that occurs when you turn your world upside down. And when you do, there'll be hope, healing and freedom. We are not Pandora. We don't leave hope in the box. Hope is implicit. And you may be the only hope someone has, that guiding light, the person to come home to. So ankles and legs healed. Networking, getting out there, crowds, socialising. 17, the new Chinese New Year. But there's the Pisces element again. There are sacrifices to be made. There is no commitment and lovers left the building. And that's shown because there's no 10 of Cups. You're with the wrong team, you're with the wrong people, and now it's blatantly obvious. There is something coming between you and what you want, and it could be minor surgery, it could be heartbreak, whatever it is. There is heartache, sorrow, loss and separation here. A confused mind, and friends may have abandoned you or are unreliable and unpredictable. Finance and career is unreliable and unpredictable. There's no stability here. Taurus. We have no Taurus in the current chart, but it is in the 3rd house of communication. But that communication is blocked for some reason because she's in the reverse. So red lights, red flags all over this. Warnings. Yeah, there it is again. Burning the candle at both ends. You may suffer burnout if you're not careful and make yourself ill. Working overtime or burning the candle at both ends, like I said. Trying to do too much, to be everything to everybody. The Cinderella syndrome. It's old Jack gone. There he is. It's all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So there has to be more to life than work, career. Yeah, someone feels isolated and alone, lonely in a room full of people, possibly illness. There is a hole in the pit of your stomach that you cannot fill, at least 5 years. A change has to take place. Something's got to give. And then the friends will be there. The reliable, the stable, the increase in career and finance. Once you realise that you cannot live in the past. The past is over, the future's not promised, we must live in the now. Your attention was elsewhere. Now you have to focus. You have to stop crying over spilt milk, build a bridge and get over it. There it is again. That 14 is very important. So 2 days from now, lessons learned. What have you learned from the past? It is time to put that knowledge into action. Universities study Sagittarius, yeah. But it may mean that turning your world upside down costs you that great amount that you've earned. And the stability, your foundation, but they were never strong enough anyway. It had to end, it was never meant to be forever. Yeah. When you bring this to a conclusion, when you come full circle, you will travel to the object of your desire, be the person, thing, or events, and create something new. This could be the World Wide Web, your communications. This could be global. It could be the family tree. It's knowledge. It is inheritances. It's a string of pearls for some, number 72, or inheritance. And there it is again. Do not sacrifice your happiness for everyone else's. Someone here doesn't want to have to turn the world upside down. But that is what needs to be done for you to have your wishes and dreams come true. Something is over. And someone believes they cannot stand on their own 2 feet. It's an ending, an actual death, a separation, heartaches or a loss, where someone is being the martyr or the victim, and it could be actual murder victim. And unfortunately, the cards have been right. We had 2 deaths yesterday, and the day before, and a few days before that, I think. So there is a lot happening, especially in the UK, of crime, and it's getting to the point where we cannot hold that burden anymore. We have to let it go. The letter D could be very important. Lay down that burden. It was never yours to start with. So, I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden. So look before you leap, still waters run deep. 11th house. Your hopes, wishes and dreams. This is about the legs and ankles. Your social and tribal gatherings. Deep yellow, group activities, society, friends, hopes, wishes, aspirations, and your social consciousness. So this is bigger than you. This is where your personal identity is extended to a larger group, extended family, professional class, a tribe or race. This is the house of group interaction, of organised society, where a social consciousness is developed. The rules governing human conduct are examined, and if necessary, great change is effected. The planets in the 11th house describe how well or otherwise a person fits into this society. They either be isolated, which we've got there, and introspective, and find it difficult to mix. It's also your domain of your hopes, wishes and dreams and aspirations. But it has to be for the good of others, not just yourself. And you must see yourself reflected in your group. So if there is not, there will be conflict and lack of opportunity. If you're with the right group, there will always be an ease to it. It's about power struggles that must be faced within a group, or dominance. But this can be a place of friendship and acceptance if you're on the same page. It's beyond accepted conventions. It's nothing to do with what other people say. It's how you will act certain things. In the 11th house, we have Capricorn. So, but in the dice, it's Aries. So I shall read your birth, which is unusual, but I want to know what today's 11th house, Capricorn, in the 11th house means. Let's have a look. It's not in here, so. It's about a serious, structured approach to friendship, social cycles and long-term goals. Friendships are often enduring but cautious and built on mutual reliability, and someone's being unreliable here, rather than quick emotional bonds. Social interactions are often driven by professional ambition or a desire for practical long-term security rather than any feelings. Individuals with this placement are selective, forming tight-knit, lasting friendships with mature and influential people, often feeling a karmic obligation towards them. It governs social networks and community and involvement. So, long-term goals are pursued with patience and determination. There is a tendency to attract friends from the past or to form bonds that feel deeply destined, with friendships often lasting a lifetime. So maybe you thought a friend would be your friend for life and they're begging your pardon. So Aries in love, they protect, they want to be successful, but they can also be very, very controlling or obsessive. So Aries in Venus. Desires attention and flattery, yes. Passionate, erotic, idealistic, hedonistic, so sometimes they're their own worst enemy. Impulsive and demanding. Venus in Aries falls in love quickly and is attracted to dominant partners. So it doesn't always work out well when the first flush of love goes off, because they don't want people standing up to too much. So let's see. Number 4, what did I say that 4 is important? So Aries is the 4th month. It's the innocent. It's about love and the past. Days gone by when you were innocent. And it did say in there, didn't it? You may look for someone from the past. So coming home for the maiden. Young love. The Trinity knot in the circle is a symbol which represents the maiden, the mother and the crone, the past, the present and the future, all colliding into one. The 3 cycles of women. The maiden is a symbol of innocence in the past. She is young and yet to learn the hardships, but this person has learned the hardships now of the world, and thus sees the world, and there's the world, through a set of innocent eyes. The world is her oyster, and she is in search of love. There is someone there. The world is her oyster. She has everything but love. She is a bit naive, but is that really a bad thing when all you see is beauty in the world? That's what she does. This maiden reminds us of a time where we also saw life as fun, inspiring and full of wonder. And we've lost that part of ourselves. It is never truly gone, just somewhat forgotten as we navigate through the hardships of life. We can still be one with this past part of ourselves if we allow ourselves to see the beauty in the small things. Something as simple as smelling a beautiful flower, the rose, or sitting in nature watching the wildlife dance and play, the butterflies. It may be a time to remember the things that used to bring you joy and a sense of peace. We may not have the time to do all these things, but we can integrate small amounts into our lives, which can give us a great benefit. Where have you lost your innocence, and where can you gain it back? The more we bring the small joys back into our lives, the younger and lighter we will feel, no longer weighed down by that heavy burden. There you go. And the multitude of tasks and stresses that we placed on ourselves. Oh, work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. There he is, working in the dark. Gaia, Mother Earth. So, Mama is back. Nurturing, loving Gaia. The earth and all of us that reside on it. Oh, where's she gone? Unreliable, unpredictable. She's hiding. There she is. Gaia is the living body of earth, from which we take sustenance. This is warmth, this is darkness, this is deep rest and refreshment, restoration at our deepest levels, coming home, a homecoming to who we truly are. There. We need to rest after a battle such as this. Restoration at the deepest level of being, restoration of natural cycles, creating a firm and clear foundation for a project or a relationship, and we haven't got it at the moment. It's built on quicksand. The earth goddess Gaia, or Gaia, brings you the promise of regeneration through going deep within yourself to emerge with new clarity. Gaia brings order to chaos. There we are. Order from chaos. She represents stability coming into your life and safety. She demands careful preparation for it though. And if the groundwork is done to her satisfaction, she will bring fruition to your hopes and dreams. So she doesn't promise you a rose garden unless you put the effort in yourself. She cannot do it all for you. She will calm your fears and hold you tenderly in her mighty arms, rocking you gently into your future. She brings mothering at a deep level, understanding, nurture and guidance. Absolutely beautiful. So thanks, Mum. From the other side, nice to hear a message from our mums, isn't it? It may be that your mum is still living and she's still, even elderly, be able to give you the cuddle you need that makes everything right if it's not going to plan. Been on this planet a long time, you know a lot of things. Grandparents even, if you don't get on with your mum. Yeah, the 16 in reverse. So we have the 16, the 17, the 14. 16 is in reverse. So what do we need to know? The Crow, Scorpio, death. There it is, death and rebirth. Is incredibly intelligent bird associated with the power of foresight. So if you'd known in the past what was going to happen, maybe you'd have done things differently. And the ability to use your tools. Today it's often used to signify darkness and foreboding. There. Nightmares. But modern depictions rarely do the crow justice. According to Norse folklore, the crow is a powerfully positive symbol meant to remind us of our skills and resources, what we've learnt to put to use. There's our skills and resources. It says, you are capable of solving any problem. Like the crow, the dogwood has somewhat confused public image. So confused about who or what you are, maybe. Or other people are confused that you're a different person when you're out socialising to what you are at home. It's beautiful. Light-coloured petals convey gentleness and whimsy. Few know that its hard bark and strong frame make it an uncommonly durable tree, able to withstand the harshest weather. And maybe you've been through some really hard times. So you may feel like a fraud or an imposter. The crow here, so you live in someone else's life, to remind you of your intelligence. The dogwood, your strength, your accomplishments are your own, and you deserve the success that you achieve. What do I know about? What am I knowledgeable about? What am I creating, or what are my professional goals, and how can I accomplish them? And that's Capricorn in the 11th house. So, well done, Spirit. Absolutely spanking read. Now I will get on and write up the third song and post about today. Thanks for listening. Speak soon. Bye-bye.